And you've had a bit of a mental year.
Yeah.
Obviously been capped by the Red Roses, first senior tour. Like, can you just give us a bit of a brief background of what's gone on this year, how it's felt? Can you believe it's been what it has been?
Yeah, it has been crazy. I think if you asked me at the start of the year what I thought was going to happen, none of that would have happened. I think that like probably the mind space like I was in at the start of the year to then is just crazy. It's crazy different. But yeah, it's been so fun though to be involved with the girls. They're like a really great group, and I think obviously getting my first cap was really cool, a really, really cool day. And then also to go on tour as well and be involved in that, and the setup of that was like, yeah, it was pretty sick.
There's some really cute videos of your mum, your boyfriend, different bits when you've either received your cap or in the crowd.
Not my brother.
Not your brother.
Just to clarify, not my brother.
Does everyone mistake that?
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's a lovely video of you and your brother. I'm like, quick, no.
How does Dan feel about that?
He was very quick to be like, I'm not her brother, no.
So one of my first memories of you was we were training out on the 4G, as we've seen earlier, and this kind of tall figure would come and stand and watch us at skills. And I always remember Brad being like, that's Lilli.
Yeah.
She's over at the college. She's going to be brilliant. She's already this tall. She's already doing this, da, 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 da. And obviously you weren't able to join in at the time because
I was 16,
you were 16 years old. But does that 16-year-old believe where she is now? Because that wasn't that many years ago. Like
No.
Ollie and I can sit here and reflect on 15 years ago, but that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, no, not at all, actually. Because I remember just being actually quite starstruck by that point, obviously, like with Sarah Hunter running around, Scaz running around somewhere. Like, I think, because also when I came over, it was COVID as well.
Yeah.
It was like, it was quite mental, to be fair. And I think, I remember, I don't really know how often I would come. I think I came quite a lot, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
keen.
it was like every day. Very keen.
Probably quite keen, yeah. If I know
Keen
myself.
in like the best way.
Yeah, or annoying. Neither or.
I don't remember the annoying piece. I remember thinking like what an amazing opportunity basically.
Yeah. But I remember coming over and just watching, just being like, wow, like this would be pretty cool to be involved in. But then obviously had to wait till you turned 17, I think. Yeah, 17th birthday, which actually wasn't that long in, I don't think.
Yeah.
And then from then was able to start training like a little bit. There's like a group of us. There's like me, Fran, Kendall, I think Beyonce, and we all just like all four of us would just rock up one time a week to come train for a bit, which was really good fun.
Very fun. We spoke a lot to Nathan earlier about the pathway of this place, of which you're obviously a brilliant example, but you've also been through like the England pathway in terms of under 18s, under 20s. Ollie was one of your coaches at some point along the way. Have you got first impressions of each other that you can share?
Have we?
I'll kick off because it totally doesn't surprise me that Lilli was there every week or every day as you remember it. Because what I remember of Lilli coming through the pathway, and I think she's a great like poster girl for the pathway and where you are now. Like totally not surprised by it, and like feel it, proud to be like a small part in that of your story. But just like obsession with the detail.
She loves
like
the
just,
detail.
Like
Detail
oozes
key.
out of you.
Yeah,
and you're so coachable. And I just think like the best players in the world are the ones that really want to learn and that are like super coachable. And I think that just in your attitude and the way you like how you go about playing, I just think is really
so
cool.
Lovely.
Do you think that pathway really helped when you came into the senior squad? Because obviously still super young. I know we'll come on to it again later. It's one of the reasons Ollie's obviously involved in the coaching is to try and make that more seamless and less of a jump.
Well, this year is my first year actually out of pathway, which is quite mental in itself actually. But I think that whole process of coming through 18s, 20s is just actually going away and being in a squad and training, I think, is really good. First of all, for personal development, and second of all, for like having that rugby ability to go and also play with different people. Because I feel like I found I loved going and training with different people from different clubs. I thought that was really fun, and meeting new people. And as much as like you can go to play rugby, I think that social element and that just being with like people and different people all the time, I thought was really fun, especially like growing up as well. I say that, like being in there.
You're still growing up.
I'm still growing, yeah, still growing up. I think that like what it really helped me as well, like probably find out like my personality, things like this, that you obviously learn, but like you do it with people that are kind of like similar minded.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
And is that also how, like, coming into the senior squad, the girls really got around you, looked after you? Obviously, there's a few of us from Loughborough there. There's a few cool stories about Mo. Mo was on this big campaign, wasn't she, to try and get you 100 caps later than her or something?
Yeah. So
it was all you guys spoke about, I swear.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So basically, we sat next to each other in the changing room.
So just for context, when we go to Penny Hill, they get put up, don't they? So our names get put up in the change room, so you don't necessarily choose where you sit.
No.
So you guys were next
but
to each other.
Once you're there, you're locked in.
Yeah,
you're there for the rest of the time.
Quite precious about it.
Yeah, that's your seat basically. So me and Mo sat next to each other, and we're looking at a cap number. She was like, "Oh, like you'll be soon, maybe, whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happened." Anyway, so we saw a cap number. Then it was 161, and we were on. I think the last cap person was 259, maybe 258. Can't quite remember who it was. But anyway, we were talking. She'd be like, it'd be pretty cool if you were 261, wouldn't it? Like that would be quite cool. Like 100 caps after me. And I was like, yeah. To be fair, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, back of the mind, we'd speak about it, maybe manifest it, I suppose. So that time came around where obviously got told I was gonna get my first cap, and then like I didn't realise until probably I think it was a team run day where like, so all your names will get put out and your cap number would be underneath. I was like, hang on a minute. I think my cap number's going to be 261. It was so sweet. And obviously went to find Mo, and it was, yeah.
I'm not sure who was happier. You
yeah.
getting your first Red Roses cap, or
Yeah.
Mo realising that it's going to be 100.
Like it happened. Like what we spoke about, like the pre-season prior, like it quite happened. It was quite sweet, actually.
Her reaction.
Yeah.
It was like epic.
Yeah.
Lily, just to round up, obviously we spoke a lot about how crazy a year you had last year, 2024.
Yeah.
2025 for the world of women's rugby is a pretty huge one. Certainly for us as the Red Roses, we hope it's going to be an amazing one. What is like your maybe goal for the year? And then obviously looking ahead way beyond this, like with the things that you want to achieve in the game.
Yeah, I think in terms of that, I think I would obviously love to go to the World Cup. But I think to go to the World Cup, there's also a lot of hurdles you got to jump before you get there. Like you've got the Six Nations coming up, things like that. So I think short term, it's just that how kind of just being where I am and seeing where I can get to in this period. Like I never thought I'd be even involved in conversations around that in the first place. So I think just actually taking away at where I'm at and seeing where I can get to in the Six Nations, if there's anything there, into potentially pre-season to the World Cup. So that's where I'm heading.
Allowed yourself to dare to dream about the Lions tour in 27?
I think the Lions tour would be, but it's something I've actually not thought about. And it was something where actually I spoke to our physio, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you know, the Lions tour in 27." I went, "Oh yeah." Yeah, she went, What do you mean? And I was like, "Oh yeah, like is what it is." She went, "No, you should be thinking about that." And actually since that conversation I was like, well, maybe. So it's up there, definitely, but I don't want to think too far ahead.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
I asked that question, but if someone asked me, at your age, I'd literally be like, I'm just concentrating on this weekend.
Yeah, I'm kind of just living in the moment a bit,
Yeah.
just taking what tournament comes and what involvements I have in it. So yeah.
Amazing.